I'm happy to be back to work, and I'm hoping that this year is going to just be project after project. So this will be
Sweet.
the worst rust I'll have all year, and then everything else will be smooth.
A well-oiled machine. They broke out the WD-40 for you, Vaughn. Getting ready.
Yeah.
Getting all lubed up for you. No,
Oh, God.
hopefully things work out
If
for you.
only
I'm
you
sure
knew
they
what this
will.
movie was about, then you would really. um, in other news, the things that I was consuming this past week, not lube, but some
Yeah.
greasy oil, some pizza. The
Who
Super Bowl
was
was
it?
this past
Who was it?
weekend.
Was it someone, one of our mutual friends that had a dog that ate lube, or is that a podcast that I'm?
I think that's Brandon from
That's
the
Brandon
podcast,
from
Rooster
the
Teeth
Rooster
Pod.
Teeth
Yeah.
podcast. Oh, it's like a mutual
And that
friend.
shows how much people love the people that they listen to. It's
Yes.
like friends.
It is it's interesting. I mean, actually I kind of want to talk about that. It's like you spend so much time listening to these people online. Maybe we're one of those people for you guys. Who knows? I started streaming more. Maybe I'm that kind of person for someone else. Like you spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos of particular content creators, and then you really end up feeling like you know them, and then it's. I mean, obviously, it's unfortunately in some situations, and then obviously in other situations, not true. But yeah, it's like I spend more time listening to podcasts than I do, I guess, seeing some of my friends nowadays, actually, unfortunately. But
I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know. That was a weird side
I feel
tangent.
the same way because
Yeah.
so I've been watching. I watched Schitt's Creek and Kim's Convenience, and then I immediately went back and rewatched both Kim's Convenience and then Schitt's Creek. And there's just something about living in those worlds from the binge of watching them that just felt like happy and comfortable and like a complete change of life. And it's the first time ever that I've had the desire that as soon as a series is over, I finished the binge, I want to go back and rewatch what I just saw.
Oh, that's cool.
Like,
Must have been a good
usually
show.
I'm like, that was either too much or that was satisfying. But I've never wanted more of the same thing again. And that was a really interesting thing because, for instance, Kim's Convenience, Laura was watching it by herself for a while, and I would pop in for a few episodes or partial episodes, and then I started my own watch through.
Blaze Pastor, obviously.
Immediately. And but I was watching the same episodes kind of like twice some of the time. But it was fine.
Nice.
And then I went back, and after I finished it, I went back and started watching again because I really loved being with that family. It felt... I think that story really hit a chord with me in terms of just being the story of, like, an immigrant family that I felt really close to. And that family was fun and heartwarming and felt like I could stay with them. And then Schitt's Creek is just hilarious in a completely different way. And...
Cool.
It's a lot of people that I truly hate. But the other thing is, often when I'm binge watching these shows, I'm playing video games or something at the same time. So I completely have missed like a quarter of whatever it is that I'm watching. So I can always get a fresh new interpretation of the episode from either actually paying attention to what is happening visually in the show or actually hearing lines that I previously hadn't heard.
Well, cool. Good to know.
Yeah, and then I also consumed a bunch of PBR.
Because of the Super Bowl. That's awesome. Glad you did that. Can't complain about that.